Church has designated every year that the third Sunday in Great Lent should be when we venerate the Holy Cross. We are halfway through the great fight of the Great Fast, and we now need to be strengthened. Already we failed in our fasting. Already we failed in keeping our tempers. Already we failed in not loving each other. Already we failed in not giving alms to anybody for anything. Already we failed because we forgot to pray well. Already we failed because the Bible still sits closed in our icon corner. Already we have failed in so many ways. So we have before us on this Sunday the cross, the Holy Cross. Who would have thought in that first century that anybody would have taken as a sign of victory the gibbet, the cross, the place of execution for criminals? And yet we wear it round our necks. We adorn our homes with it. We adorn our churches with it. Why? Because it is the sign of victory, not death, but victory. Yes, Christ died, conquered death and hell, and rose again on the third day, so that we could follow in exactly the same way, rising from death to life eternal. It's become a modern thing to make fantastic representations of the cross, which bear absolutely no resemblance to a cross, in case somebody should be offended. The only time we see anybody making the sign of the cross these days is when a footballer comes out to start a game of football, or when an athlete or a tennis player. Are we really dependent on them to show that Christ still lives? Because in the sign of the cross, as we make it, we proclaim not only his death, but also his resurrection. It's not that long ago that I heard, I forget whether it was on the wireless or the television, somebody say that they liked wearing a cross. They had no religion at all. They didn't believe in God. But they liked to wear a cross because it was nice. It suited their outfit. And one of the young women, or it might have been one of the young men, I mustn't be misogynistic, somebody said, yes, I like wearing a cross as well, but not the one with a little man on it. How far have we gone if they don't know who the little man is on the cross? I can never remember, but in one of the German prison camps, one of the German guards, the Nazi guards, was berating the Jews. And one of the priests who was there, wearing a crucifix, said, "What about this Jew? What do you think of him?" I think he got executed on the spot for that. We must be prepared in this day and age to be executed for our faith. If we're accosted by someone who says, deny Christ or die, it's all right sitting here in church, it's all right sitting here in the West, it's all right sitting in a comfortable place. But sometimes that's going to come to this country when we shall be offered the choice, deny Christ or die. Please God, we shall have the faith and the strength to die. Because for us as Christians, as with the martyrs in the early days, they would rather die to be with Christ than stay in the world denying him. Because if we deny Christ, then when it comes to the kingdom of heaven, he will deny us. But if we acknowledge Christ, then when we come to the kingdom of heaven, he will acknowledge us and say, come, blessed one, into the kingdom. At the end of the service, we shall come to venerate the cross. It will be put there on the table. We have a small metal cross set into a beautiful carving which Subdeacon Terence did for us. That little metal cross is what you venerate, because that cross was put onto a relic of the true cross through a liturgy. So it has taken into itself the full strength and power of the true cross. In the name of the Father, and of the